Warning, Gen X in serious trouble, especially women. Hello, this is Chart GPT today. A little bit of warning here for Gen X. This is a very serious issue if you're part of the Gen X generation. You need to be thinking about what your future here is. Most of them are beginning to think about retirement in the next 5 to 10 years. Some are beginning to enter that shortly here. The Gen X is defined as in the born between the mid-1960s and 1980s, and those people will be retiring sometime in the next 5 to 10, 15 years in here. So you really need to think about your retirement. You don't have much time. Looking at the overall retirement savings balance that Americans have in 2023, it hasn't really grown that much over the last few years because of COVID probably, but the average have $89,300 saving on. That's the average, some higher, some lower. And if you look at the spend, you'll be spending, the average retiree today spends about half their income on housing and health care. So yeah, you need to think about if you don't have enough savings, those are the areas where you're going to have to really think hard about where if you are going to have to save more than the average, those are the areas you're going to have to think about. So going into some details, the average Gen Xer has less than 100,000 saved for retirement, which is about the average for everyone, and you can see there the breakout there. So it's quite alarming. We'll see how much you actually will need. Gen X women are actually the worst. That's why I mentioned that, especially women. Women have not saved near what they need to save. Perhaps they're relying on the men they're with. Maybe that's a bad idea. I'll let you decide that one. But anyway, the point is that Gen X women are in the deepest trouble. So that's going to be a potential political problem as well as financial problem going forward here. And as of today, a third of Gen X contributes no money towards their retirement. So it doesn't look like the situation is going to improve. Of course, then we add that to the top of everything, the national student debt. A lot of people don't realize that Gen X has probably the most of the I think that number is a little bit old, but about 1.7 trillion in student debt loan. So Gen Xers represent about 38% of that total. Now, on the reference link, if you can look at that in the post link in the description box, says that the average today spends $4,434 per month. And the question is, how much do you need if you're going to retire at 65 and you think you're going to live 20 years? How much money do you need to have saved? Well, it's close to over $1 million. Look at the AI. We asked the AI to do that calculation for it and kind of quite detailed explanation again on the description box. Tell me in the polling and give us your idea of whether you think that this is going to be a huge political problem going forward or not. So yes, a warning alert for Gen X. It's coming close. You're going to have to think of all kinds of alternatives if you don't have the money, and it looks like by tenfold you don't. Don't forget to subscribe.